for everyone, which is yes, it is absolutely time to buy. Though of course, buying in times when the markets are utterly devastating, altcoins experiencing 50% dips or more, while unprecedented conflicts break out in the Middle East. Yes, amidst all of these things, it is time to buy cryptocurrency. You see, we are just 3 days and 3 hours, 26 minutes and 27 seconds, now 25, away from the next Bitcoin halving. And that means that the cost to produce a Bitcoin will double from about $30,000 up to about $60,000, almost exactly the prices that we're at today. Now, over the last few videos, we've been covering exactly this potential. Of course, if you're not following the channel, subscribed, and smashing like on this channel, please fix that now. I'd really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. But the point is that ever since we failed to run up and break 73,000, I was saying, hey, this correction looks all too logical, and I was following some analysis that has shown that Bitcoin has never violated for any significant period of time the cost to produce a Bitcoin. And I made this content while Bitcoin was up around 70K, saying, hey, look, a dip to 60 or slightly below is totally cool. In fact, you should expect it and plan for it. And that during this period, we'd see absolute screaming deals on altcoins, which is exactly what has happened. Now, in addition to this cost of Bitcoin production jumping to 60K, effectively creating a new floor for the price of Bitcoin. According to Crown, there's a new indicator about to fire off that has marked the lows during an uptrend in 5 out of 6 times. All of this while we get a new conflict triggering a panic sell-off, which is actually very, very common in what they call the wall of worry, where effectively markets climb up against the perceived need to crash in light of global current events. Spoiler alert, the markets never crash. They continue to climb up, except these news events create the illusion that the markets need to crash, and they're often an awesome time for people who have the stones, who get amazing entries into amazing assets. And that's precisely what I believe is happening right now. But where exactly should we buy? If I had to guess, I would say that any dip under 60K would set off just crazy alarm bells for the entire crypto community, and that would probably be the big opportunity. But in my opinion, anything near 60K, the low 60Ks where we are right now, is probably not a bad opportunity if you want to get long-term back, which of course is my entire investing strategy. I've sold 0 coins this entire run. I'm doing exactly as I say here on this channel and holding my bags to Valhalla or to ultimate doom. Let's see where it plays out. Again, I like my odds, but you need to be comfortable with your own. Remember, the sicker you feel, the more you know you should buy. This is the thing that you cannot fake when it comes to experience in crypto. If you're a newbie, you might be thinking this is the end of the world. But if you've been here and you've seen this movie a few times before, you know that buying dips when you feel absolutely disgusted with the state of the market is usually the highest expected value that you can extract from these precious and beloved crypto markets. Next, let's take a quick look at Total 3. This is the total market caps excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And you can see that they've played off these two ranges, these two sides of the range, right? Which is this prior peak that I had back here in December. You can see it's playing off the lows from 2021 here on one of these dips. And again, it kind of perfectly played off these ranges. And now it's going and it's trying to create a support resistance flip here, where if it can bounce off of this, you know, $530 billion range and then go up, which it almost did just perfectly here. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes and tries to play with this number again. Again, anything in this range is probably a great buy long-term because the market cycle should give us this type of growth again, which would bring us somewhere up into the multi-trillion dollars as far as altcoin market caps. But what really made this dump special is that one of the greatest traders in the history of the industry, GCR, came out of a multi-year social media hiatus in order to bull post to keep his cryptographically inclined brethren in the game, as it were. Let's go ahead and check out what he had to say because I think it's very, very poignant. We're going to go through some pieces of wisdom here that GCR has brought to the markets as someone who's become a billionaire trading cryptos and understanding when to hold them and when to fold them. GCR came out of a multi-year hiatus to say, if you've been sidelined, believe this is a good opportunity to sail into high conviction tokens. If you're fully invested, just survive. Hold your spot positions and do not capitulate. Again, we were buying all throughout 2023 on this channel. Again, if you didn't do that and you FOMO'd in as things got more frothy in sort of January, February, March, well, don't have any fear. As long as you're in good tokens, category leaders in gaming AI, and dare I say, even meme coins, which we'll talk about here, and I do believe there is a way to assign some form of quality assessment to memes as we get to the 100 million X possibility extracted coins. We'll get to those casino coins at the end. The point is, if you're in good coins, just hold on to them. And that's why we believe in this concept of high quality coins as opposed to going after 100Xs overnight, because when moments like these happen, you can just hold on to them knowing, hey, look, that category is a core part of crypto. If Bitcoin comes back and crypto starts returning to health, which I believe it will, then this category should as well, and my token should as well. It's a beautiful way to adjust your risk and tie your own portfolio more or less to the success of the space overall, which of course I'm personally bullish on. And the point of this content is to make sure that you understand why. He said, I was enjoying retirement from social media, but don't want to see my brothers get shaken out when the future is still so bright. Now this prompted an absolute onslaught, a tidal wave of threaders to go in and start covering who exactly is GCR and why should we care at all about what this random faceless account has to say. And so I checked out one of the best of these. Check out Cyclops, shout out to this guy, give him a follow. This is GCR, the best crypto trader to ever exist. He turned 1K into 1 billion trading alt. I have no idea if the stat is real, but estimates I've heard are that he's at least a huge 100 millionaire, if not a billionaire. What I liked here is that this thread actually went into some of GCR's lore and pulled out some real tidbits of wisdom that he's given to the audience in the past. Again, I believe mental frameworks are as powerful, if not more powerful, than individual coin picks. Obviously, if you get 1000x, like, that's good. You'd rather that than just a mindset framework. But let's be real, having these mindset frameworks allows you to constantly see new opportunities and get ahead of them, which we'll talk about here. But I really like this one. He said, general trading principle, as we watch meme tokens pump. Within alt cycles, you should crank up risk when the trend first reverses, begin to gradually protect capital as time passes. People lose because... Oh.